The world saw what happened to Alex Preddy on Saturday, largely because there were observers, there were protesters with their phones out shooting it, and we saw multiple angles of what happened. And when DHS Secretary Noem described the event, when other members of the Trump administration, as well as Border Patrol Commander Bovino, when they were describing it, we were able to see that what they were saying largely was not matching up with what we were seeing, right? They were saying one thing, our eyes were telling us a different story. And I want to read a headline from the Washington Post today. It says this: the powerful tools in ICE's arsenal to track suspects and protesters. And the outlet's reporting that ICE is using different surveillance instruments to track people they think are suspected of being in this country illegally, as well as protesters, like facial recognition, cell phone location databases, and drones. A, are you seeing this right now in Minneapolis? And B, what would your advice be to people out on the street protesting or observing?
I grew up in a family where my grandfather got the John Birch newsletter. And he always was warning us about the big government worrying about surveillance and watching us. And here it is with the Trump administration. So we see people having their faces scanned. There was drones over my neighborhood last night. What those drones were, we don't know. And so my message to Minnesotans is it feels a little bit like, well, the Trump administration is collecting what is basically going to become the Minnesota phone book. There are so many neighbors who are out observing, watching, protesting, and standing up for each other that they're going to collect a picture of basically all of us. And it's something that people need to be mindful of. But this all of Minnesota that is out on the streets making sure that our neighbors are staying safe.
Senator, my last question for you is what's next for Minneapolis?
Well, what's next for Minneapolis is that I know my neighbors are going to keep showing up for each other. This is PTA moms, hockey dads. It's folks who just said, I don't know what to do. I've never done anything. I need to be involved. So you're going to see Minnesotans in Minneapolis keep being involved, keep standing up. And I sure hope and I demand that it includes ICE being out of Minneapolis and not in the form and the function that they are now, because you are not making us safer.
State Senator Doron Clark, thank you so much for the time. You're welcome back anytime. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.